Namaskaram. Thank you all for being a part of this and joining today. So just see if you can allocate about half an hour to 40 minutes for this talk. If you can sit in a cross-leg posture or if you know how to sit in Ardha Siddhasana, that's the best way to receive what's being offered here. So today I thought that I'll share a bit about my journey in terms of how yoga has helped me and how this has changed the way I perceive life and how this has transformed and set the direction in my life. So I just thought that I'll just share a bit about my journey and what benefits I've gained from practicing yoga from a long time, and also about some a few experiments I had done with diet, and based on that, what was my experience. So I thought that many of you could relate to this talk because today I'll just speak about some of the common challenges which we face and which I was also going through, and how yoga helped me overcome all these challenges, and also by how making a few changes in terms of my lifestyle and my diet, how I was able to bring in lasting changes that have stayed with me. So we'll get started with that. So first of all, I would like to introduce myself, and I know that there are many people who have joined this live web stream and who uh, who may not have come across us or may not have even done any form of yoga before, but at least I think almost all of you would have heard about Sadhguru, and at least if not done a program, you might have watched a few videos of his and know what yoga can bring about. So I'm just hoping that at least this is something which all of you would know. So my only exposure to yoga was that I had learned a few yogic practices, and my biggest challenge during that time was that whatever I started, it was very difficult to keep it up. So whether it was gymming or jogging or anything else related to my well-being, I could do it for a few weeks or even for a month, but it never stayed with me. So this was one of the biggest challenges, that how to do something or how to be motivated to do something continuously for one's well-being, because it was not something, it's not rocket science, or it's not something which was new, that yoga definitely helps. So that is something I knew, that yes, yoga helps, or gymming helps, or jogging helps. All these things I knew, that physical activity or some form of activity like this is definitely helpful, but the challenge was how to continue this. So this was one of the biggest challenges I was facing. And second thing was that there was hardly any physical activity, because all the time we were sitting in front of the systems, and it used to be like from a morning to evening job, and by the time you came back home driving through the traffic, you felt like not doing anything else. So if you had asked me to do yoga after I came back, then that would be the last thing on my mind, because already you would be so tired, and you would always be waiting for the weekend, because that's the only relief you get. So similar things I think a lot of you would relate to, because especially when you're working and you're traveling, you may feel that you don't have time for yoga, and though you know that it is beneficial for you, it's something which you find challenging to do it on a regular basis. So this was one of my biggest challenges. And also one thing which I noticed was that in terms of my food choices, I knew what's healthy, or at least I had some idea, but though it was not a very clear idea, but at least I knew that few things it should be avoided, maybe junk foods, and whether it's aerated drinks or beverages or colas. And I also knew about tea and coffee. So I knew that these things are not very healthy, sugar, but in spite of that, it couldn't resist the urge that when people are joining or calling you to have a cup of tea. It used to be like in the culture that every few hours people used to just walk up to the cafeteria and have either tea or coffee or something to eat. So it was very common that people, we used to just go and have something or the other to eat every few hours. So these things I knew, that these eating choices were not very healthy, and lack of physical activity was affecting my health, because I had put on weight while working, and I knew that this was not how I was before. Just a few years before, when I was in college, I used to be so physically active. I used to play, and health was never an issue. So though I didn't have any ailments, but still this lack of energy, and especially in terms of my stamina, for me, even if I had to run about 200-300 meters, I used to feel tired. It's like, just even for even 5-10 minutes, if I used to run, I used to feel so tired after that, that I couldn't understand that how to increase my stamina levels. If I used to wonder that why is it so that that this is something, that even if I run just for even 10 minutes, I feel so out of breath and so tired. So these things were bothering me, whether it's about my lack of physical activity or the food choices, and also in terms of concentration. So I used to wonder that why is it that whatever has happened already finished. For example, whatever has happened yesterday or day before yesterday or even before, why is it that this is something which is continuously going on in my mind? Why is it that I'm not able to at that point of time I thought that we should stop these thoughts, or that is what kind of preventing me from concentrating on what I'm doing right now. Because if I was totally involved in some work, then it was fine, but otherwise all the time something or the other was going on in the mind, and I didn't have a clue that what is happening and how to kind of stop this. And I had heard of many things where people say that how you can gain control of your mind and all these things, but I didn't have a clue how to do this. So that was my situation. And also there was a lot of pressure in terms of fulfilling people's expectations, because you always especially if you're in an IT city like Bangalore, you by default you end up to be either an engineer or a doctor. These are the most common fields. So whether people like it or they don't like it, but usually you end up doing one of these two. And then once you enter these streams, then especially if you do engineering, then after some time you land up in a software company, because that's where the jobs are. And then when you land up in a software company, then you start thinking about how to get to the next level. And then for the next level you usually think about doing an MBA. And once you do an MBA, then the whole cycle continues. Then you look for a better paying job and this and that. So or you look to start your own company. So I was going through all these things, and what was bothering me is that I didn't know that what am I running after and when will it stop. I knew that I'm just have to run because everybody else is doing that, and probably this is what everybody else does. But somehow it didn't make sense, or it was not very clear that where is this going to end. Okay, I can run as fast as I can, or I can do all these things, but I didn't have a clue where it is going to end. So all these were some of the challenges which I was facing during that time, which was way back in 2008. And at this point of time I came across this inner engineering program, and my first introduction to Isha or Sadhguru was through an article which I read in the newspaper, and something was written about mind. It was an article in the editorial section, and Sadhguru had mentioned something about mind and or concentration. I don't remember exactly what was written, but when I read this article, somehow it resonated with me, and I felt that this is something which was written so clearly, and this is something which I need. And there was a note at the end of the article saying that this inner engineering program is happening in Bangalore. So that was my first introduction. I just thought that let me go for this, and I went ahead and I joined the program. And to my utter surprise, whatever challenges I was facing, which I just mentioned about, within a few months time, I think in less than 3 months time, most of these situations or these challenges which I was going through, and I felt that I could kind of overcome most of these things which I was talking about. So what I saw is that in a few months time, my biggest challenge, as I said, was not being able to do something regularly. But somehow after I did the inner engineering program, I could do this regularly every single day, because they had mentioned to do this for the first 40 days without any break, twice a day, and then after that at least once a day for the next 6 months. and I could never imagine me fulfilling such a commitment because I knew it was useful, but I couldn't do anything for long. But to my utter surprise, in spite of going through so many challenging situations at work, when sometimes my work used to get over by around 8 o'clock or 8:30 in the night, but still I waited and didn't eat anything, and came back home and did my second round of practice, yoga practice, because we had to do it twice a day on empty stomach condition. So I had to stop all those visits to the cafeteria where we used to go every 2 hours and have tea or some snacks. So we stopped all of that and waited. Sometimes when the work got delayed, almost by the time I reached, it was almost 9:30, and then do the practice and then have dinner and then go to sleep and then the next day. So there were a lot of challenges, and I felt like giving up sometimes on a few days, that okay, today I'll stop, but maybe tomorrow I'll restart. But somehow I don't know what happened, but during that time it just stayed with me. I felt that no, I should not throw up the gauntlet what I've taken up. I should somehow continue, and these challenges are a way of strengthening me. So for the first time in my life, I was able to continue doing the practice, and without without even a single day's break. When I've managed to finish 40 days twice a day, that gave a new boost to my life, and I felt that okay, now I can finish the 6 months as well. And during those 6 months, at least once a day I did. There were some times when I had to travel and I had to do it in the train, but still I did it. So this was the most important thing for me, that this commitment which I took up of doing something, that itself transformed my life in so many ways. And this is what I say, because right now a lot of people, many of you have this issue, that how to take up and do something continuously. So for me, it happened, this change happened after doing the engineering program. And somehow I think it's just, when I look back, I think it's just about not giving up on those hard days when you feel it's most difficult to do. If on that day you can still manage to do, then it becomes much more easier. This is what I see when I look back at it, that just because I didn't give up on those difficult days and I didn't postpone it for the next day, that was how this thing stuck to me. And the moment I crossed a few days like those hard days, then after that it just became so easy. Then after that I didn't have to worry whether I'll do it or not, or think about whether I can myself take up something or not. And this commitment rubbed off in so many areas of my life. As I said earlier, I started jogging, but within a few days I used to stop, because I couldn't manage to get up early and continue doing this. But the moment I started doing this Shambhavi practice on a daily basis, then it so happened that I started doing jogging as well. Every day I used to get up early, go for a jog, and this also increased my stamina to a great extent. I started off, as I said, within 200 meters I used to feel that I am out of breath. But in 3 months time, I joined a running group actually, which used to meet every Saturday, and I used to go to the grounds nearby and I joined them, because at least it was good company. People used to come every weekend, and everybody wanted to see if they could run longer distances. So but that was only we used to meet once a week, but on the other days I used to go on my own, started running. And to my surprise, within few months, I think this is when I did the program, it was November, and by around Feb or so, I was able to run 10 kilometers, which was I actually ran for a 10 kilometers run which happened in Bangalore, and I finished it in 55 minutes. And I was like completely shocked that how is it possible that for someone like me who was struggling to even finish 200-300 meters, and now I could run 10 kilometers in just 55 minutes in just 3 months time. And I was feeling so good about myself. I had my paunch, which I had put on during my work days, that disappeared in 40 days itself, just doing the practice twice a day and keeping the empty stomach. Because of that, it just disappeared. And I was like, in terms of my energy levels, it was so high. I never experienced this before. I started eating healthy, because during the program they had also suggested about some of the foods which should be avoided and which you should consume. So for me, I used to love onions actually, and every opportunity I used to have onions. But most of the other things which they mention in the program, which are negative pranic, I except onions and maybe tea. These were the two things which I used to have regularly. Otherwise, most of the other things I never used to have. But these things, especially onion, was a big compulsion. And on that day of the program, when they mentioned that this is a negative pranic substance, it felt like as if most something very precious was taken away from my life. But I don't know what happened. But on that day, I decided, no, it's okay. If this is not good, I'm going to stop this. And after that, I just stopped eating, and it was not a compulsion for me anymore. And just in those few days of doing the program, and after that continuing the practice, everything about me changed, and people at work also started noticing. And I remember one particular day in which in just about 1 or 2 days at a stretch, I wrote about 2 to 3,000 lines of code, and people were shocked that how come he finished it so early. So everything about me had changed. The way I was approaching my work, it was so different, and my energy levels were different, because the moment you are able to do something physically, the moment you are able to have some control over your body and your mind, suddenly you feel that everything about your life gets changed. So I was feeling this, and I didn't expect that just a 7-day program will bring in so many changes, but it happened. What I had already gone through I had already gone through a yoga program before, and I had learned some yogic practices, but I didn't know that yoga could have such a great depth and meaning, and it could really change one's perspective about life completely. Because so many questions which I had about life, as I was saying, slowly these things started settling down, and I could realize that what is the true purpose of my life. So I thought that maybe for all these things I need to do different things, something for my physical well-being, something for my mental well-being, something to improve concentration, something to improve my work efficiency. I thought we needed different medicines for all these things, maybe some practice for this, something for that. But I was shocked to learn that just by doing these yogic practices, everything changed. Just not one aspect, but every aspect of my life. Wherever I thought I needed some help, everything about this changed. So this set me on this direction of yoga, and suddenly yoga was something which I thought I'll just do for getting rid of my problems, but now it became the epicenter of focus of my life. And from just being something, and from me thinking that I will not have even 15-20 minutes a day to do a practice. Because earlier when people used to say, okay, can you do a practice every day, yoga for 20 minutes, I thought, where is the time? I just get up in the morning and I have to just get ready and come to office, and then by the time I reach home in the evening, I'm so tired. So where is the time? I never felt that I had even half an hour. But now I was doing the practice twice a day, and suddenly this time came in miraculously. I didn't know how I could make out this time, but it just happened, because the moment I saw that it is useful in my life and it is making such a big difference, then making time for it automatically came, and it happened. And not only that, I started seeing that I could sleep lesser. And in terms of my food, the biggest problem in terms of my food was that whenever I had a meal, immediately after eating the meal, I felt like going to bed, because I felt like immediately after eating the meal, there was like my energy was drained. Instead of getting energy, I used to feel drained after eating food. That immediately after that, the first thing which I wanted to do after eating food was just lie down and take some rest. And I thought this was pretty normal, that yes, after eating something heavy, it's okay to lie down, and maybe it's okay to feel that lethargic space. But all these things changed just after doing this practice for about 2 to 3 months. I noticed that I didn't have the need to lie down after eating, and I had a compulsion of sleeping in the afternoons, especially during weekends. If I didn't have any work, I used to feel that afternoons were the most difficult time to pass, because the moment afternoon came, I felt like it was time for a siesta, and I used to sleep for at least 2 hours. and I couldn't figure out how to get rid of this. But here, without trying to do any of these things, without trying to get rid of any of these things, within few months all these things disappeared. I didn't feel the need to sleep, I didn't feel the need to have tea, or have these foods which are not good for my health. So that's when I decided that I need to pursue this yoga on a full-time basis, and I need to explore more in depth what this is all about, because this is something, if just doing this practice for a few days can make such a big difference. Just by changing my food choices in just a few days, if I can notice, in just a few months time, if I can notice such a big difference, then there's definitely something which I need to invest my time and energies on. So this was the motivation, or this was the point in my life where just in a few months time I got hooked onto something where after that there was no looking back. And within a few months time things changed in my life in such a drastic way that I decided to give up my job and volunteer with Isha as a full-time volunteer. I decided to go there and pursue the teacher's training and quit my job. So that's another story, but I won't go into that right now, how and when that happened. But this is just to give you an idea that most of these limitations which you may be facing, and there are so many problems which all of us may be going through. Maybe it's family problems or relationship problems, or our work issues, or our lack of energy levels, or our health issues. There could be a multitude of problems which you're going through, and it's not that I didn't have my own share of problems. But why I'm speaking to you today is that it is definitely possible. It doesn't matter what your problems are, what your challenges are, or what your life situations are. We're not even getting into that, because it doesn't matter what they are. It is definitely possible to take care, or to see how you can overcome all these things just by doing simple yogic practices. And this I'm saying by my own experience, because this is so true, and this is something which I experience within myself. And if I could benefit from this, then I don't see why anyone else cannot. And it's not just me, I've seen so many people around me transform just by doing this. So you don't need to do 100 things. If you just do one thing properly, if you just do this, bring yoga into your life and make this a focal point of your life, without attempting to change many things in your life, it will anyway change. So that's the message I wanted to give you today, that this is definitely a possibility. So I remember this quote by Sadhguru, which has stuck to me since the time I went through this. It was something like where he said that I want everyone on this planet to know that whatever challenges, whatever frustrations, whatever problems, whatever situations they may be going through, if one strives, it is possible to overcome all these limitations. And this is the flag which we want to set up in every mind and human heart, that it is possible to overcome all these things if one strives. And this is the message which I would like to leave with you, that whatever your situations, if you just bring yoga into your life and make it a part of your life, you can definitely overcome this. So I hope many of you would have already taken this step. Maybe I think most of you would have already started doing some practices, and this is something, especially during this lockdown period, many of us have more time on our hands, so you might have already started implementing and practicing these whatever yoga you have learned. I know that since offline classes are not going on, many of us are not able to learn some practices which we wish to, but at least there are many practices which are available online. Like on the Sadhguru app, we have these Upa Yoga practices, these chants, and about food also, there's so much information available. So definitely it is still possible to take all this information and to make these things a reality in your life, especially the yogic practices. So you may think that it's just simple, it's online practice and it's free, and you think whether it will have any benefit. But from my experience, what I can say is, it's not just about a practice, it's the commitment which transforms you. Because a practice is just a tool, but how much intensity or how much involvement you're doing it with the practice with, and with what commitment you do the practice. That is what will transform your life, and not the practice itself. And because of this reason, I would say it doesn't matter whatever practice you're doing, even if it's as simple as Upayoga, or doing Nadi Shuddhi, or chanting the Yoga Yogeshwaraya chant, whatever it is, it doesn't matter what it is. If you can just use this opportunity to strengthen your commitment and to strengthen your involvement, if these two things can change, then you will see that even a simple breathing practice can just transform your life. It need not be some sophisticated practice, it can be something very simple. So this is what I have experienced. So I would request all of you, because if this is if your life, if your work is important for you, if your relationships are important for you, if your family is important for you, then what you need to work on is not all of them, but you just need to work on yourself. Because this is one tool which, if you work on, if you just do yoga, and if you can just work on improving yourself, you will see every aspect about your life will change. Whether it's your work, whether it's your family, whether it's your relationships, energy levels, everything can change by this one single aspect. So see if you can get started with this. And especially about food is one thing which I've seen that this is something which most people are interested in. Maybe they're not interested in yoga, but at least with food everybody is interested, because everyone is eating anyway. And for most people, any time is a good time to eat, and they feel that food is something you should never say no to. Whenever it comes, wherever it comes, you should just have food, because this is something which is gifted to you. So if you're going like this, it can cause tremendous damage to your system, because it doesn't matter what practices you're doing. If you're not taking care of your food, if you're not eating the right way, and if you're not making healthy food choices, and most importantly, if you don't know how to approach the food which you're eating, you will see that health may come, but well-being will never happen to you. Because food is not a commodity, food is something which is making your life. So it is very important for you to bring this awareness. And as part of that, I'm trying to see if we can do our part in bringing this awareness about food. So we have designed an online program on food. It's called Ahar, where we look at food in depth, about the science behind this, about why a yogic diet is suitable for the system. All these guidelines are given by Sadhguru. So we just see how to look at them in detail, and most importantly, to solve some of the bottlenecks or issues which people face in implementing these guidelines. So we have designed a program to take care of that, and almost 500 people have done the program till now, and they have benefited tremendously just by making these simple changes in their food choices. So if you just learn how to eat right, you will suddenly see that your sleep quota, your energy levels, or your intensity and involvement while doing the yogic practices, all these things can be enhanced just by eating the right kinds of foods and by approaching food in the right way. So both these things, if you can take care, doing the right yogic practices and also eating right, if these two things, if you can do as a combination and do it right, it just doesn't take much effort. If you just put your energies and time into these two aspects, you will see that your health and well-being is something you don't need to worry about. It can very easily be taken care of. So I don't know what level you are at. There are no levels actually in yoga, but in terms of levels, I mean whether you are someone who's already started doing yogic practices, or you know that yoga is helpful but you haven't started, or maybe you have already started but again stopped and started again stopped. You may be in that level. So whichever category you are in right now, but what I can say is that wherever you are, there's always something to work towards. So if you are already doing the practices, just see if you can use this opportunity where at least you have a little more free time to strengthen or establish this. if you're already doing the practices but it's not regular for you, then see if you can strengthen your commitment. And if you haven't started yoga yet, though you know it's useful, see if you can take this step to start yoga. So to this effect, we want to offer you an online program for 3 days. So starting tomorrow, the next 3 days we'll be doing this program. So this will be online, and we'll be only taking a set of committed people who are willing to be with us for the next 3 days, 1 hour each. So it will be from 5 to 6 p.m. starting from tomorrow. So it's 5 to 6 p.m. Indian Standard Time. So 1 hour for 3 days. And in this program, what we will do is, if we'll be exploring some simple yogic practices, and if you've already been doing the Isha Yoga practices, then you may find that this is something which you already know, because we'll be only looking at a few Upa Yoga practices which are available in the app anyways. And also we'll be exploring a bit about yogic diet in terms of how you can implement and make the right food choices. So these are the two components of the program, food and yoga. So we'll be just looking at that in these next 3 days. And this is something, if you wish to join, especially if you haven't done any yoga practices before, or if you're just looking how to strengthen your commitment, or if you just want to get that experience of just being in a guided session and going through some sort of yoga for at least 1 hour, if you just want to use this as a step to establish your practices. So if you belong to any of these things, it would still be helpful for you. So we'll be doing this, and even if you have children at home, please encourage them to join. Some of the practices which we'll be looking at, they can be done by kids even who are 7 years. So if you have kids who are 7 years or above, they can also do these practices. Not all the practices which we offer during the online program can be done by them, but at least some of them can be done. So this could be a good opportunity for you to join as a family if you wish, and go through the program and see if at least some element of yoga can enter your life. At least if you get started with these simple practices, as I said, it's not about the practices, it's about your commitment and your involvement. If you just use this opportunity to strengthen that, then over a period of time, once things open up, you can also do the other practices like inner engineering, offline program, or Hatha Yoga. All these practices you can also do offline. But right now, this opportunity you can use just to see if you can strengthen your commitment, your involvement. And if you haven't begun yoga yet, use this as an opportunity to begin this. So we'll be doing this 3-day program. Some of you have already done the inner engineering online program, but you have not been doing any other practice. So for you also it can be helpful. If you have not done the inner engineering online program, I would definitely recommend you to do that, because with inner engineering online, especially in terms of mind, many aspects of this can be settled but just by doing the inner engineering program, especially related to mind and emotion. These two things can easily settle, and that is the root cause of many of your issues. So if you have not yet done that, you can do that. But if you've already completed the program and still looking for something to join, then starting tomorrow we'll be doing this 3-day program. So if you're interested to take part in this program, we'll be releasing the registration form on our pages, on our social media pages. So just check this page, maybe by tonight. If you check the page, you'll find a link to register, and please register by tomorrow early morning, or preferably if you can register by tonight itself, so that at least we know how many people are joining, and based on that we can work out the logistics. So this is something new, because especially online we haven't done many sessions, and sometimes it may just take some time. For example, even now it took some time for us to get this started, so it may take some time. Just support us with that, because we are starting this newly, and we're just trying to figure out some platforms. But if we come to know by tonight from all of you that how many of you would be interested to take part in such a program, then accordingly we can see how we can enable it for you. So So 3 days starting tomorrow from 5 to 6, and you need not be on it's not necessary for you to be in empty stomach condition. I mean, it's not necessary to have 4 hours gap. Even if you have about about 1.5 hours gap or so, it's good. It's better if you at least on light stomach. If you have at least 1.5 hours to 2 hours gap, it's good if you can do that. So it's 5 o'clock, so don't have your snacks in the afternoon. Just after you have your lunch, maybe see if you can just have juice after that if you wish to. Otherwise, see if you can avoid eating anything solid. So from 5 to 6 you can do that. So all the details we'll be sharing by today next few hours we'll be sharing, and you can let us know if you want to take part in that. So I hope this was useful for you. If this session helped you at least in terms of understanding what yoga can do for you, and if it inspired you to start or refresh your journey, just let us know in the comment section so that we know how you felt about this. Someone's asking if I'm new, will it cause any problem? No, this is actually I want more new people to join this program, because this will be something which will help them to establish yoga in their lives. So it doesn't matter from where you are coming or what level of yoga you have learned before. Even if you have not learned any yoga before, or you don't know anything about yoga, it can still benefit you. Someone's asking, will you cover the ahar part? Yeah, we'll be looking at some aspects of ahar, which if you implement, it can definitely bring a change in your life. We won't have time to cover the whole ahar program, because that's more than 3 hours. So since we have only 1 hour for 3 days, so we'll just see if we can bring in some major aspects of the ahar program, which if you can implement, will make a big difference in your life. Someone's asking whether we'll be introduced to inner engineering program or Shambhavi. No, we'll not be able to teach that. So inner engineering, if you're interested, you can do the inner engineering online program, and once the lockdown is lifted and they start offline programs, you can do the inner engineering completion program, in which you can learn Shambhavi Mahamudra. So during this online program, we will not be looking at Shambhavi Mahamudra or inner engineering. We'll just be looking at a few simple yogic practices, and these are called Upayoga, and it's already there on Sadhguru app, but we'll just be seeing how we can do this together, and to give you an atmosphere where you're guided and you can establish this as a commitment in your life. So I hope that is clear. We are not going to teach inner engineering or Shambhavi Mudra, and also only if you can commit yourself to be there for the next 3 days without a break, only then please join, because this will be an opportunity for you to strengthen your commitment. If you're not even able to commit for 3 days, then taking a longer commitment to keep up yoga for your life, that would be very difficult, isn't it? So just use this as a baby step. If you can just commit yourself to do whatever happens, if you just be there for 3 days, many things can come up, but still, if you just commit yourself to be there for 3 days, that itself can be transforming for you, that you did something for 3 days continuously, and then you can continue after that. We'll also see if there's enough interest maybe after that to do a longer program, but right now at least we'll see how to do it for the next 3 days with all of you. Now someone's asking, can we be introduced to Bhavaspandana and other things? No, we are not going to look at any advanced programs like Bhavaspandana or inner engineering or Shunya or Samyama. All these things are not going to be looked at. As I said, we are only going to look at a few simple yogic practices called as Upayoga, and simple guidelines about yogic diet. Okay, so I think we can end the session right now, because I think most of the questions I've answered. So I look forward to hearing from you. So we'll share the link to the registration form, and please check the page after a few hours, maybe by around 8:30 or so. You can just check the page and just see if you can register by tonight, so that we can start tomorrow. And you're more than welcome to join with your family as well. Even if you have kids at home, you can see if you can join. Okay, so thank you so much for being a part of this session, and really privileged to speak to all of you. And if you wish to stay in touch with us, you can follow our page, and we also have a WhatsApp group where we keep sharing daily yogic updates and sharing from people, which will help you stay inspired on the path. So especially if you're on the spiritual path, you feel that a support system is very helpful for you to stay inspired and motivated on the path. So because of that, we have created a broadcast group where we keep sending daily yogic updates, Ekadasi reminders, and other program updates to all its members. So if you wish to be a part of this, you can join the WhatsApp group by going to our website. There's a link called as yogire.com/WhatsApp. So that's something which you can do. If you just go to our website, it's called as yogire.com, yogire.com. So if you just go there, yogire.com, towards the end of the page you will find an option to join the WhatsApp group. You can do that, or otherwise there's a direct link called as yogire.com/WhatsApp, and that will help you become a part of the broadcast group and stay updated. So hope to see all of you soon for tomorrow's program. Thank you so much, and we'll end the live stream here. Namaskaram.
If you eat food and your body feels very agile and alive, that means it's good food, body is liking it. If you eat something, it feels dull, that means it's not liking it, it's having difficulty with it, that's why it feels dull.